This recording is for the people who deal with exploitation every day if you have a special need. Scarlet, thank you for doing this because this really brings a lot to light. And you're totally right about all this.
Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to our special awesome family. I wanted to do another PSA. And while I do that PSA, you know what? I'm going to make me some damn coffee because, you know what? I deserve it. It's been a long day. I deserve it. Because I want to do something. Since Mom has more subscribers than I do, I want to do this on her channel. And Mom's going to be like, I knew this was coming. After this week of literal hell that you've been through, I knew this was coming. So we're going to talk about people who provide services for people with disabilities. Because y'all, there needs to be some edumacation going on here. Okay? Major edumacation going on here. So I'm going to make me, and Mom knows the exact what I'm doing here. She knows what I am going to make, I'm sure. She knows what it's resembling. So basically, I'm making a caramel peanut butter cup coffee. And I'm doing this for a reason, y'all. So I'm putting in a K-pod. And there's a reason that I'm putting in this. And honestly, I might save this and put it on a match made in heaven later on as well. Because this needs to be every freaking where. This is something I'm going to put on here first. But I'm going to throw it up later at a different time, just in case I do have different subscribers. And just in case, you know, there are people watching a match made in heaven that don't watch our special awesome family. Hint, 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 hint. Because let me tell y'all, I've gone through a living nightmare. And I am going to tell you, this isn't virtual here. This part is not virtual. What I'm about to do today is not virtual reality. Okay, this is straight up. This is real life shit, y'all. And I'm not going to call names out, but I'm going to call out the situation and explain to people what you do and don't do people that are blind or have any disability at all, okay? I am going to explain what you do and you don't do, okay? Because there was some stuff that happened with caregivers in this house, in my real life apartment, that should not have happened. And this is probably going to get some comments. As well it should. Especially when it comes to people being upset that this happened to me. Because this is true. Now, I will tell you that this company is no longer working here. They just picked up their book a little bit ago. Now, at first I had some good people that came in here. And one of the good ones actually was just here. It was, you know, that actually did not do this crap. Okay. One of the good ones was actually just here. That did her job correctly. Okay. Did her job correctly. Now, what I mean by that is she wasn't doing stupid stuff that you're about to hear about. Okay? What you guys are about to hear about is true facts, and it is not pretty, guys. Okay? It is not a pretty day in the neighborhood. Okay? It's bad, y'all. It is really bad. So we're going to make up this coffee, and I'm going to talk about this. One of the things I will tell you is if you're doing dishes for somebody, first of all, the safety thing is going to be brought up first. The safety stuff is going to be brought up first. If you are doing dishes for someone with a disability, please do me a favor. Hang on a second.
Speech on. Pause. Button.
Okay.
Speech off.
That would have been my little twin there. That was little me. But if you're doing dishes for somebody that's blind, do me a favor, okay? Do me a huge favor. And if you're going to put them in the cupboard, dry them off. And please, forevermore, do not, and I quote, do not turn the dish drainer around to drain it out where it could go onto their Echo Dot. Because the Echo Dot needs to stay plugged in at all times. And if, for example, if it is not plugged in, guess what? It doesn't work. Now, I know a lot of you all know this, but some of these staff need to be educated on this, okay? If you are working with someone who is blind or visually impaired, especially, do not, and I quote, do not turn the dish drainer around and let them soak, let the daggone dot soak in dishwater that's draining out of the dish drainer. That is a safety hazard. Okay? And you guys are going, what the hell, Scarlet? Yeah, that happened. I literally went out in my kitchen and my Echo Dot was sitting in a pile of water. That's right. A pile of water. Oh, I ain't done. Stuff in my apartment got moved around. Blindness 101, folks. When you are working with somebody who is blind, you do not move their stuff around at all. You don't move their stuff. At all, okay? You don't move it. Because they have to know where their stuff is at all times. They can't see, folks. They cannot see. Do not move stuff around. Because they can't find it if you do that, okay? They cannot find their belongings when you go moving it. And heavens to Murgatroyd, folks. Heavens to freaking Murgatroyd, folks. Do me a favor. Read expiration dates correctly. That is one part of that. Read the expiration dates right. Part 2, if your client is suffering from a severe excruciating migraine, don't turn on a vacuum cleaner or something obnoxiously loud and kill their head. Also, do me a favor, and if you're going to clean their fridge, don't throw any food out until they're able to speak to you properly and not half out of it. Okay? Do me a favor. Do me that favor, please. Don't treat your people the way I was treated a week ago on Thursday. All of this stuff happened to me, y'all. And more. Okay? I literally had to throw away a shirt that triggered the shit out of me. Because they didn't throw it away like I asked them to. If somebody asks you to throw something away because it's a trigger, throw it away for them. Don't make them do it. Don't do that, guys. Come on, you get paid for this stuff. You get paid to do a job. Do it right. Okay? You're being paid money to do this. Do your flipping job, okay? And I'm trying not to swear. I'm trying to be appropriate, but I'm very upset about this. Because that is not appropriate to sit there and make somebody suffer. Okay? And when they tell you, if they have an allergy too, get them out of the place when you're doing something that they're allergic to. Get them out. I mean, my goodness, is it that hard?
Yes, it is. 'Cause they're lazy.
Exactly. Lazier than stink on crap. I mean, it's that difficult because they are lazy. Oops. Hang on.
Speech on. Button empty.
Ah.
Adjust. Pause.
Okay.
Button. Speech off.
Sorry about that, you guys. But, I mean, seriously, I mean, going to the point of, you know, not doing your job is not a good thing. Okay, that's a bad thing. That's really, really bad. And to sit there and not throw something away that triggers your client. Don't be that way. Don't be nasty like that. Please, guys. Come on now. You get paid money to help people. Don't be stupid. Okay, don't be stupid or get fired. And get, reported. You're going to have to deal with being reported and being fired because you're not doing your jobs. And don't, like I said, don't move stuff from your client's house. Don't move stuff around their house where they can't find it. And God forbid, they have stuff sitting where it is for a reason. And let me explain this, guys. I had a snack crate and I had it sitting on the stove. Now, under normal circumstances, I would not have it sitting on the stove, but the stove is shut completely down. We've tripped the breakers so that the thing cannot be turned on because my cats like to jump on the stove and knock, hit the buttons. So the breaker has been tripped. Management already knows. Maintenance already knows. So they know that the stove is shut completely down. So I basically have my snacks, my plastic crate of snacks sitting on the stove. So what did the idiots that were working here a couple weeks ago do? Put it on top of my fridge, and I about had it come down on my head last Sunday. It'll be a week ago tomorrow. The thing about came down on my head. If I didn't hit the deck, I literally purposely fell down and it landed on my legs, not my freaking head. Guys, that's dangerous. You don't do that. You do not put something way up high for a blind person to try to reach for, especially when they're little, height-wise. If they're short, you do not, and I mean do not, do that to your people. That's not right. And forevermore, like I said, don't throw away stuff if you don't know the actual date. Ask them when they have a decent mind. Instead of, oh, well, they're having a migraine, I'm just going to throw shit away without telling them. And if they say, for example, February or March, go, what year? And if they say, I don't know, that's one thing. But show them the box or the container. Don't just throw it away. Yeah. Because let me tell you, lady, and I know you don't see this channel, but I'm very upset that you threw away the gifts I bought my mother for Valentine's Day. Yeah, they threw away the gifts that my daughter bought me for Valentine's Day this year, saying they were old. And God forbid, don't talk down to your client like they're a child. Well, we're going to throw this away, sweetheart, okay? I am not a freaking kid. Do not talk to me like one. I cannot flipping stand that. That is my biggest pet peeve is when staff talk to me like I'm a 2-year-old. No. You do not talk to people with disabilities like they're kids. And I don't care if they're blind, deaf, hard of hearing, visually impaired, wheelchair bound, autistic. I don't give a damn what their disability is. You do not talk to them like a 2-year-old. If you are being paid to take care of them, you treat them like an adult. You don't talk to them like a kid. If they want to be talked to like a child and they're an adult, let's say, because that's how they are and they want to be talked to that way and they tell you that, that's one thing. But don't just assume they want to be talked to that way. Just because, for example, they're a 45-year-old and they have the mental, the mentality of a 5-year-old. I had to think of how to word that. I had to stop for a second and catch my phrasing. If they have a mentality of a 5-year-old, that doesn't mean treat them like a 5-year-old. That's not right. It's the only way to get my damn caramel Reese cups. Because yeah, my staff threw away a brand new box of caramel Reese cups that would not have gone bad until November. It is June. It is not November, folks. We have July, August, September, October, November. 5 months to go, and they would have been bad. But guess what? They're in the landfill by now. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now? I mean, if that's how you are trained to throw stuff away that's good till November, that's effed up. And that's me censoring myself because I want to say the real word, but I'm being hate. That is just beyond flipped up. Because, I mean, come on now. They didn't even read expiration dates. They were in a hurry to throw everything away that they just pitched in. They were even going to throw away brand new containers of Kool-Aid that I just made. And I'm like, no, I just made that. I mean, I had to force myself to talk, which hurt my head because they were just throwing everything out. I mean, these women were just wasteful. And that was at least $60 worth of chocolate that they threw away. Without permission, by the way. Without, just, they didn't care. And, another thing too. If somebody tells you that their daughter is getting them something for their birthday or for Valentine's Day, they're like, my daughter doesn't know what she wants to get me. Don't correct their speech and say, well, you don't know what you want. Just because I collect reborns, okay, and I say my daughter, she is my daughter, damn it. Don't sit there and correct my speech and say, well, it's what you want to get for yourself. No, it's not what I want to get for myself. It's what my daughter wants to get. Don't correct my speech. I do not approve of that. Just because I role play does not mean I'm weird, and that does not mean that, she isn't responsible to pick gifts. Why is it that hard to understand? My own SSA put her in my plan as a natural support. So why is it so hard for staff to understand? My SSA did it. She put her in my ISP plan as my natural support. And honestly, me and my SSA have had differences. But I will tell you, that is one thing about her Aunt Kate. Yeah, I called her Aunt Kate because my SSA lets Christy call her Aunt Kate. And for those of you who don't know what an SSA is, it's a service and support administrator. That's the one that hires the staff for you. You know, you pick them, but they will be the one to put them in the plan and write it in for you. And they're the ones that they're the ones that get the interviews for you to hire your staff. You're the one that actually hires them, but they're the ones that set up, for example, I'm just going to make things up. New beginnings and wellness committee. I'm just making some names up, just faking them. You know, they'll put these people together. And let's say you don't want an agency, you want independence. So Brenda Johnson and Amelia Gregerson or Christy Thacker, Janelle Robertson. You know, I'm just making up names off the top of my head. All come and interview at your house. Your SSA sets it up, then they interview, and then you pick one of those four. Or if you say, nah, I don't like, I don't think we'll fit. I don't think one of these guys will fit. Or one of these girls will fit. They'll go and they'll find you more. If they can. I mean, that's what they do. And they try to make things happen if they can. Well, my SSA put Christy in my plan. Now, she is not my first SSA. My first one, I never met her. I didn't get to meet the first one because stupid ass was running around, COVID. I didn't get to meet her. Kate is my second SSA, and good Lord, I cannot believe we've worked together 4 years already. A little over 4 years now. Good grief. I even confronted her on that one last week. I was like, damn, I can't believe it's been 4 years already. Sheesh. But, I've had Kate for 4 years. And I even told her, I was like, I can't believe it's been that long. And I joked, I said, I can't believe you put up with me that long. And she wrote, you're funny, LOL. But, it's crazy. I mean, it is. And if they're a good one, you'll keep them that long. But if they're bad, you can switch them. And yeah, I'm telling you folks this. If you don't like who you're with, whether it's providers or whether it's SSAs, you can turn around and switch them. And I had to actually talk to my SSA's boss. Because unfortunately the incident went down and my SSA was off the next day. So it was like, oh, shoot. So I had to get numbers from a neighboring county because I was like, I had to get him to help, an SSA from another county that's, I had help, doing, because I was in a hurry because they were going to come out that day again. And I'm like, no. And that's what I told her. I was like, the only reason I went to him was because I didn't want them to come out. So I had to stop it. It was bad. Because I was scared to death, to be honest, that I was going to get, I seriously, when I seen that pile of water with that device in, I thought I was going to get electrocuted. It literally, I picked it up and it was literally dripping on my hand. It was that wet. Prayerfully, my device was not ruined, but still not good. But I just want you guys to realize, do not do the stuff these people did. And heavens to Betsy, don't tell your client something's on their plan that's not. Don't lie about that. and then make your client stand there lightheaded, head spinning, and make her do dishes in a sink that'll scald the crap out of her fingers, for goodness sake. Yeah, exactly. I mean, let's just say if Christy were real, these people would have gotten an earful, and honestly, I think Christy would have dropped a few choice F-bombs. Because that's her personality. When she gets angry enough, even though she's 11, but she has the mouth of a freaking adult when she gets mad enough. Somebody messes with her mother, I'm not gonna lie, this kid has a sailor mouth. And that's because of her past. I haven't had to use it yet, but buddy, ooh, well, okay. I have in private, but not on YouTube. Yeah. Because her heritage, let's just say they do at a young age. And, you know, I didn't at a young age, but her daddy's side, baby. Her daddy, Michael, his side, ooh, baby. And it takes a lot. I've got a pretty long fuse, but if somebody messes with mommy, that's when it shortens real quick. Yep. And let me tell you, if she could have talked, that would not have been pretty that day. I'm just thinking in my head right now what she would have said, and I am scared of what she would have said. And especially when she found out that her gifts were just thrown in the trash. Yikes. And, you know, my Reese cups were thrown in the garbage. I was craving a caramel Reese cup so bad yesterday. I went to get one, and I didn't have any. And let me tell you guys, that made me literally break. I cried my flipping head off. I was so freaking upset when I seen that. I freaking lost it, y'all. I mean, that was not good. And I can't get any more right now. So the next best thing was to drink me a caramel Reese cup coffee. Because I was wanting a freaking Reese cup. $20 down the drain. And the sad part is, if these people, seriously, and if you're listening to this and you're a politician, or you're into this type of thing, if you're into like high up care for this stuff, if you guys would make your staff held responsible, or if you're, for example, the head of a county board of developmental disabilities, make these companies responsible, hold them accountable for what they're doing wrong. Because if you don't, they're just going to keep on doing it. You're going to keep getting MUIs. Do y'all want more or less MUI reports? If you want less MUIs, y'all, start holding these people responsible. If they're going to not clean out a blind person's vacuum cleaner, guess what? The blind person should be told, you're not buying your new vacuum cleaner. Your company's buying it for you. Make them responsible. Honey, you know what? You lost your Reese cups, your cookies, and your Dove chocolates. Well, guess what? The company's paying $60 for doing it. For not putting it, you know, away the next day. Let you be in your right mind to talk and not have to give short-winded answers. Because when I have a migraine, Mommy, how's the weather? Hot. Because I can't say it's hot as hell out there. I can't talk long phrases because it hurts too much. Because I get chronic migraines to the point, you guys, I will puke my guts up. And I'm getting graphic so that this point is across. It is bad. And I had to go and literally clean out the cupboard. I had to wipe the cupboard down, the inside of the cupboard, because it was dripping with dishes. They put 4 cups upside down in the cupboard, dripping, stacked on top of each other. Mind you, all 4 of them wet. I had to dry them all off before I could take my migraine pill. And I'm already hurting so bad I can't stand it. Casey's on the phone with me, talking to me just to keep me from completely going apeshit, because I was mad. Well, then they turned around, and like I said, I had to throw away a shirt that, let's just say, gave me really bad flashbacks. And I threw it away myself and had a meltdown with Casey on the phone. So, I mean, it was a nightmare. It was a living nightmare. And then finding out that stuff was going, because at first I thought the snack crate had gotten thrown out. And I was legit pissed. But then when I found it on top of the daggone fridge, and the reason I knew it was on top of the fridge, y'all, was because I opened the freezer door. The boys had slid it out a little bit on top of the, over, to where when you open the door, it would fall loose. Instead of it sitting back far enough, the boys slid it forward, and it was sitting a little bit on the top of the door. So when I opened the door to get something, it came down at me. And I was like, oh, hell no. So yeah, it was bad. And it was just like, oh my gosh. So just, don't do stupid stuff like that, you guys. Pay attention to things. Don't make somebody do dishes in a sink especially if it's going to scald them. And right now, I actually, because I do not have staff to keep an eye on me, I refuse to take a legit shower. I am going to sponge bathe and wash my head in my bathroom sink. Why is that? Because the shower in the bathroom is doing the same crap my kitchen sink is doing. It's getting hot really fast. And I do not want my skin burnt if I'm trying to take a shower, because it won't give you a heads up. It will just go from 0 to 60 in 5.2, and it'll get scalding in less than a few seconds. So at least if I'm just washing my hair, I can prevent it. Whereas with the shower, the knob is going around and around a different way than the faucet does. The faucet, it's straight in front of you, and it aims right at you, the point of the faucet. Okay, so if you're standing in front of the sink, the point of the faucet is aiming straight at your the middle of your body, if you're standing in front of it completely. Whereas the shower, the faucet is hanging down, so the point is pointing to the floor. Whereas the sink, it's pointing straight at you. And so I can control that a lot easier, because that's also very small. It's a small faucet compared to the shower. The shower is real thick and heavy. And I do not want that thing to scald my ass. No, thank you. Because if I don't have help and I do get burnt, that's not good. So I will be taking showers a different way from now on until I get help. Because, yeah. So, yeah. And also, another thing, if they tell you that there's rules that you can't do certain things, obey the rules. Don't try to get them yelled at. Because I told them, I was like, we have to go around the corner and get quarters. We can't use the vending machine, the change machine in the laundry room unless we use it, use that to get snacks. Okay, I'll get you a snack bar and then I can use the rest for laundry. And I'm going, that is not what I just told you. I told you to get quarters at the gosh dang store around the corner. And you guys, it took everything in me not to start cursing. Because it was like, okay, they're doing anything to get me in trouble. I've gotten yelled at for basically using that for laundry. I didn't know. And I got in trouble for using the change machine for laundry. Well, praise the Lord, it didn't let them get quarters out. And I'm like, haha. Thank you, change machine. You saved me from being screamed at. I appreciate it. But yeah, it was just, a nightmare and a half. But yeah, it was bad. Oof. But yikes. And the other day, the one came down to get the sweeper, because the one had let me borrow her sweeper. Which, okay, I'm just gonna say this. If you're a good person, this shows that she wasn't a nice person at all to begin with. She said you can borrow it till the end of the month to use until you get one, right? Okay. Just because she let the company go, that promise went out the freaking window. Now, I'm sorry. That is not a nice person. How is she supposed to vacuum now? Until the end of the month. Even if she got staff, she has no vacuum cleaner. So there's no sense in, having somebody vacuum when she doesn't even have one. Yeah. To me, okay, yeah, I don't work with the company no more. But if you make a promise to somebody, you don't have, you don't want to at least help them out of the goodness of your heart. That shows that you're an a-hole. I'm sorry, it does. That shows that you just think of only yourself and not that other person's well-being. You shouldn't be in this field. For example, if I had sight and I was a staff, okay, and I was taking care of a blind person, and I knew that I screwed up, because I would know if I screwed up. Because if I had done what this woman did, because it was the woman that lended me the vacuum that did all the throwing away and the moving things around. It was her. Now, if I would have done what she did, I'd have said, you know what? I honestly would have said, you know what? You can have it, because I know I screwed up. Whether it was an expensive vacuum or not, I said, you know what? I know I effed up. I moved things around your apartment. You almost got hurt multiple times because of my training job. You can have this vacuum cleaner. It's yours. That's what I would have done. I would have made it right so that the company didn't have a bad taste in that person's mind. A bad taste in their mouth, basically, as they'd put it. They wouldn't be thinking bad. They wouldn't be telling other people, stay away from this company. I would make sure of that. I would do anything. And honestly, I would go above and beyond. I would get them that stuff back. Plus, give them that. That's what I would have done. Because I am a decent human being. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I sure as hell wouldn't have left somebody without when I screwed up and did something wrong. And if I was the leader of a county board, I would hold companies accountable. Okay, then, you didn't want to do your job properly. Well, guess what? Then you're going to pay for a vacuum because you messed up hers. You're going to pay for the chocolates that you threw out. And you're going to pay for the bill that you racked her when you kept complaining about, oh, the cats are overfed. Oh, we need to get cat box liners. Oh, we need to get another trash can. Oh, we need to get this. And then messed up the phone bill. But instead, they make the client take responsibility. Oh, it's your fault. No. You don't want people complaining at you the whole time. Then you're going to just do what they want, so they quit whining and complaining. Wah, wah, goo, goo, gaga. Sheesh. I mean, and I said this the other day straight up to the staff at the shelter. I said, it's one thing, and it's the truth. The staff at the shelter, they do not like to drive this far. And they would be the first to come on here and tell you, they don't like this drive. They want me to move closer. But why do they want me to move closer? Not just for them. No. No. Not just because they don't like the drive. Oh, no. They want me to move closer so that they can come get me more and do more things with me and my friends. Not just because, oh, I don't like driving it. I don't want to do it. The company that I used to work with complained about the drive too, but because they didn't want to drive it. Well, then why did you take the people away from me that live closer? Duh! Dur, 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 dur. Me and this other person were in the same building. We live in the same daggone building, y'all. They took the people who work in the same building right now. There's people that are at that company that I used to work with. They are here right now. Okay? There are 2 people in this building. Me and this other person that's with this company. Okay? So they took the people that are closer and just gave them to this one person because they have more hours. Whoop-de-doo-dah. Who cares? Because there's 2 of us in this building. They turned around, gave her, and they sent the ones that live further away to me out here in the same freaking area. Now, does that make no sense? No, it does not. That makes no sense at all. Don't take people away from somebody when they're in the same building anyway. Duh! Stupid! That does not make a lick of sense. Money talks, though, guys. I'm going to tell you folks with disabilities the cold hard facts of life here. Money talks. That's how these companies work. I want to spill their little secrets for you. If they get, for example, 2 clients up in the upstairs area that get more hours, they're going to work with them and not you. And you're going to be stuck in the bottom. And then they're going to send you other people that aren't going to do a worthless, they're going to do a worthless freaking job because they're not being paid as much for you. So you're going to get shafted. I'm going to tell you the straight up facts. Even though you might think that the other person's a teacher's pet, yeah, they are. When they get to do things, even when they're mean to people. You're going to get shafted because you don't get the hours that they've got. Yeah, companies, I'm blasting your secrets on YouTube. Because honestly, it needs to be told the truth. And it's sad. And I'm telling you this too for parents who are wondering, why is my child, even though they're an adult, why is my child being left in the dark? This is why. If they're getting more money, let's say, I'm just going to make up names. Miranda Johnson gets 24/7 care, and Brandy Jackson also does. And Lacey Gibson gets 10. Lacey's going to get shafted because she don't have the hours that the other two girls do. And that's not right. It's not fair whatsoever. And I'm telling y'all this because it's the facts. And I hated to do it, but I'm like, you know what? I want to save other people with disabilities suffering like this too. This isn't fake, y'all. This is real stuff here. It's not right, but it happens all the time. And it's really sad that it happens. And, it's disgusting. And I found this out by watching it. I mean, I've seen it happen. And I don't have to see it with my eyes. I can see it with actions. If this isn't true, then guess what? Why wasn't I treated better? Not to mention you're called aggressive just because you got mad. Exactly. And even the investigative agent goes, "You aggressive? What?" And I said, "Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Aggressive means physical. You slap somebody, you shove them, She goes, yeah, that's exactly what it means." I'm like, nah, Colin, be aggressive. Basically, I didn't want to go to the Halloween party last year, is what it was, you guys. And they sent the woman out there, mind you, she's 14 weeks pregnant. Now, keep that in mind, 14 weeks pregnant. Had the audacity, the pregnant woman actually said I was aggressive. And I thought, honey, if I was aggressive, I'd have knocked the crap out of you. Come on now. Which I would never hit somebody. Unless I wanted to pat them on the back or something, or slap them a high five or fist bump them. Okay, that's the only physical I would get with a staff. Fist bump, high five, slap them on the back, for something awesome. Or unless you accidentally ran them over. Yeah, like I did tonight. Oops. That was an accident. We both collide. Oops. Or sometimes the only other time I've ever been physical with a staff by accident was when they forgot to warn me they were not through yet because they were bringing something in, and I accidentally hit them with the door. Whoops. Oopsie. It wasn't here, was it? Yes. Oh. Unfortunately, yeah, it was here. These doors hurt too. Ouch. One time I had to actually move one out of the way because a door about hit him in the face. But I had to literally grab her arm and pull her backwards because she about got hit in the face because the freaking door flew open at us. I seriously was afraid I was going to hit her in the head. And I pulled her back because, it was coming shut at her and it about hit her is what it was. And I had to kind of pull her back away from the door because so, I mean, I would not hit a staff. I would not get aggressive with a staff. And they actually told her I was aggressive. I'm like, what? Okay, angry, I can get mad, but I don't even yell at a staff. Unless they're in the other room way away from you and you have to holler for them. Hey! Yeah. Like if I, like here, I'll have to like, okay, they're in the kitchen, I'm in the bathroom, I would have to holler at them. But not like in a mean way, but hey, I'm in here. I mean, it's freaking insane. You know, that they would, you know, even say that I was aggressive. I'm like, what the freak? No. But, yeah. And that's what I wanted to tell you guys, is like, if you're staff, pay attention to stuff. And if you're the individuals, you guys have rights, okay? You have the right to change providers. You have the right to change SSAs. Don't let anybody tell you you don't, because you do. Because, you know, that is your right to do that. And also, you know, when and I don't see anything wrong with the people with disabilities doing this either. And if you parents want to join in with them. Back them up. For example, let's say, I'll use mine for an example. I might possibly down the road try to move closer to where I volunteered. I went straight to my SSA and I said, look, this is what's going on, but I want you to know I'm not trying to fire you on purpose, because that's not my intent. Because I'm not really firing her, I'm moving, but I wanted her to know that she's not being fired. Because sometimes if you sit there and you move, they think, some of them, not all of them, but some of them think that it's their fault, that they didn't do a good job, or that they're getting fired. Reassure them, especially if they're a good one. If they're a good one, reassure them, hey, Kate, look, I'm not trying to fire you or anything. You know, like I did, because, you know, I'm using her as Kate as an example, because that's my SSA. You know, reassure them that, hey, it's not you. Because that way they know. Because, I mean, I have had one that was like, well, what did I do wrong? Nothing. It wasn't you. I just moved. Because, you know, they do have a job. To be honest, speaking of SSAs, I wonder if I could get mine to actually, for those who are not in a program like this, I wonder if I could get Kate to do an interview on here. I'll ask her, and if I can't get her to do it, I might get my other friend who's an SSA to do it, because he would. I know he would. So we'll see, because if she don't want to do it, I'll ask her, hey, would it be okay to go and ask him if he would do it? And I don't think she'd have a problem with that, because he's my friend. You know, he's an SSA, but he's my friend, because we actually have a lot in common. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if she's like, hey, you should put them two together because they'd be a fit. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Kate pulled that one on me. Well, if she did, it'd be easier because you already got his contact. You wouldn't have to worry about getting your SSA's contact info. True. Only thing I'd have to get from him is his email. I still need to do that. I need to get his email. I need to get him to send me that email, because I can't send him the links. I'll have to get him to send me his daggone email. Oh, yeah, for the YouTube channels and stuff. Yeah, exactly. And for the links. Because I can't do links via text, I don't think. At least, well, not on this phone, I can't. Because this is the phone that his number's on. I'll have to message him Monday and get his email address. So I can put him in my freaking contacts that way. Or get Aunt Kate to do it. Yeah, get Aunt Kate to do it. She could put them all in one friggin' email for me. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I could ask Aunt Kate. Because, see, I can't do, like, multiple links at once, but maybe Aunt Kate could. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, and like I said, she went as far as to put her in there as a natural support. And she knew who she was. Kate knew, she'd met her. And, oh, let me add. Okay, let's say that we have an SSA watching right now. Interact with them. Okay? Step in their shoes a little bit. For example, I'll use my SSA Kate again here. I had met her for the first time. I don't remember exactly what the date was when we met. I'd have to look. But I know we worked together since March of 2021. Kate came over here, and you know what that woman did? Picked up some of the reborns. She had never seen a reborn, and she asked permission to pick them up, and I let her pick them up. You know, because she had never seen one before. And she literally held some of the kids. And she about flipped when she seen Matthew. She was like, because I picked him up and I'm like, hey, Kate, look. And she goes, oh my gosh. No wonder everybody freaks when they see him, because he looks just like you in the face. I mean, interact with him. If your client has reborn dolls, pick them up. Don't be afraid to pick them up. You hold a real live child, right? It's like a real live child, but in doll form. They're weighted. I mean, it's not going to hurt you to pick them up. They're not freaking Chucky, guys. Quit believing everything Hollywood says. Now, if let's say your client is into paintings, ask them to see some of their paintings. They're a karaoke singer. Ask them, hey, are you on YouTube? If not, well, could you sing me something? Interact with them. Get into their corner. Get into what they're into. Oh, you're into weather? Okay. Look up some weather terms. Find out if they know what it means. You know, stuff like that. Do stuff with them. You know, interact with them. Step into their corner. Step into their shoes and be like, okay, this is what needs to be done. You know, okay, we're going to make you successful somehow. If you're wanting to make this dream a reality, okay, go for it. Okay, let's say somebody wants to step in and be a friend to me, or, you know, work with me as an SSA. Let's say all of a sudden, whoops, Beth gets a hold of me, which is Kate's boss, and goes, Kate can't work tomorrow anymore. What I would look for in an SSA, if I was to pick one, would be one who was like her in the sense of pick the reborns up, hold them. Support. Okay, I'm going to follow YouTube channels. You know, subscribe to their YouTube channel if they have one. You know, get into their life. Okay, how do I hear your shows? You know, just for God's sake, follow them. You know, like support them. Don't use this, oh, we can't be friends on Facebook BS. That to me is a bunch of bull. That honestly is stupid. Because here's the thing. Get to know them. How are you going to get to know them if you don't, you know, just because you're friends on Facebook does not mean that you're buddy chum. No. Get to know them, for God's sake. And I'm sorry if these rules are because, oh, well, they might post something dirty. What are we, kids, first of all? Second of all, if that's what you're worried about, then don't post dirty crap on Facebook. That's on you. That's your stupid crap that you want to post. We can't be friends with our clients because we might post sexual stuff, or we might post, I'm sorry, I'm just going to come out and say this. People with disabilities get sexual too, first of all. Second of all, if they don't, that's because they're not allowed. I mean, come on now. That's just the stupidest crap I've ever seen. But even if you can't be friends with them on Facebook, what is the problem with following them on YouTube so you can support their channel and make them successful? You could follow them on there. Okay, let's say they have a Facebook page, not necessarily one that you can friend request, but you could follow. Okay, first of all, you can do that. They wouldn't see your frickin' post. It's not like your friend requested them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hello. Just follow them on there. Follow them on Twitter. I mean, there is a such thing as protected Twitter accounts, people. And also Facebook is the same way. You can put it as public. You can put it as friends. You can put it as friends of friends. I mean, if there's certain things you don't want them to see, put it in your circle of friends that you want to see it. You can tag certain people in it and make it that certain people can't see certain posts. I mean, hello. People don't want to take the time to do it because it's more work. Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's more work. They don't like more work. They want less work. Well, come on. You gotta meet them somewhere. Like, good grief. I mean, get to know them. And a lot of people with disabilities, some of their talents aren't posted on Facebook. They hide it because they're not supported. Ask them questions. Ask them what they like to do. Get to know them. I mean, they want to be friends with people too. They want to be loved. They want to be cared for. They want to be treated with dignity and respect. So show them that dignity and respect. I mean, Kate, I don't know how many of the reborns she's held in the past 4 years. I mean, I honestly don't know how many she's held. But forever freaking more, people. I mean, come on. And like when I explained to her why I do audio, she was like, oh my gosh, I understand now. I didn't get it. She's one of these SSAs that's honestly rare when it comes to, understanding stuff. Because some of them are like, well, you should still do it this way. No, that's not how it works. Kate, honestly, out of every SSA I've ever had, and I've had, let's see, 7 of them. Kate is the only one who I could explain something to when it comes to visual versus audio versus whatever. And Kate's like, oh, okay, duh. Kind of like, oops, okay, I get it. I hope she puts that one goal in your plan, though. Oh, about meeting you-know-who? Yes. You wouldn't know what the heck to do if you met him. I did. No, I would not. But anyway, I just wanted to come on and talk about this for a while and like explain this in detail and try to help you guys to realize your rights, because you guys have rights. You don't have to suffer alone with this. You don't have to deal with people who don't take care of you. You don't have to deal with that. Okay? You do not have to suffer alone. Okay? Promise you on that. I promise you. You do not have to deal with that alone. And if your SSA does not listen, you can switch SSAs too. You know, you can do that. You can switch staff, you can switch SSAs, just like you could switch doctors or dentists or whatever. You don't have to keep the same one all the time. You don't have to keep them. Now, there'll be some times where you will get switched automatically, and that's if they're, you know, retired or whatever. Or if, and this is a sad thing too. This is where the county board, again, needs to step in and ask them, do you want this to happen? Now, for example, you get roommates. You move into a home and you got a roommate and they have a different SSA than you. And all of a sudden, whoops, you get switched to your roommate's SSA because your roommate's SSA, you know, they've had their SSA for years or whatever, and they've known the person. I've had that happen. They switched me to my roommate's SSA, and I didn't know it. And I'm like, And I actually had to yell at her once for her own good. I had to make her get something to eat because she was diabetic, and I'm like, Kathy, pull this daggum car into that gas station and get you a snack, Missy. Right now before you get hurt. I did. I kind of got on her a little bit. I had to get on her sometimes because I'm like, girlfriend, don't be doing that crap to yourself. Come on now. And mind you, me and Kathy didn't see eye to eye a lot. Now, of course, I'm not going to say her last name, but we didn't get along very well. I won't lie. I had two Kathys, believe it or not. And the second Kathy was a nut. She was a kook and a half. Believe it or not, I still have her freaking number in my phone. The second Kathy. The first one, no. That's the only other SSA I think I have in my phone. I wonder if she's still working. If she still has the same number, I might have to look into that and just say hi to her. I'm going to get Kate involved in that. I'm going to find out. Because I can't believe it. I just thought about that. The second Kathy, I still have her digits in my phone. I wonder if she's still working. I'm going to find out. Because I did like her. She was cool. I did like the other Kathy, the second one. I'm going to get Kate involved in that. I'm going to find out. How long has it been since you worked with Kathy? Oh, God. 10 years ago. Oh, God. I just realized that 10 years ago. Yeah, I didn't have her for very long because, of course, I moved. But, yipes. Oh, my word. I just realized that when you asked that. Yikes. Yeah. She was actually my shortest SSA when it came time I worked with her. Her and the first one when I got back here, I think. Because let's see. Nope. She was the shortest, and then Sally was the next one. But yeah. Sally was the one you had with COVID. Yeah, when COVID hit, yeah. I didn't get to meet Sally, unfortunately. That sucked. And when I seen her emails, I lost it because I was like, oh man. And then I got switched. And it was her boss who actually called me. She actually, instead of, and here's the thing, this is how you should do it. If you're going to switch an SSA on somebody, have the former SSA's boss call them and physically speak to them and say, look, honey, so-and-so retired because of health concerns, because that's what happened with her. She's like, Sally retired because of health concerns. You're now going to be working with Kate. And of course, I'm not going to say last names. But that's how it happened. She didn't just sit there and go, hey, I didn't go calling my SSA and find out, oh, by the way, I'm not working anymore. Her boss got a hold of me and told me. So, yeah. But anyway. So good. But yeah, so I just wanted to come on. I know it's been a long rant, kind of rambling mess, but this is for your guys' own good. I wanted everybody to be protected and be safe. And, for goodness sake, man, I don't want anybody else to go through what I did, because it was a nightmare. And just please, if you're staff, take care of your people. Don't treat them like that. Don't just throw stuff out of their house. Don't soak their devices in water. Don't freaking leave something in their closet that they don't want there. When you tell them you got rid of it a year ago, tell them the truth. Don't make it look like, oh, it's gone. And then they tell their SSA, oh, it's gone. And then their SSA is confused going, what? Wait a minute. You told me it was gone already. I thought it was until I found it this morning, or 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, something like that. I think it was 4 days ago when that happened, but I was like, I thought it was. Nope. I told Kate, I said, can't tell the truth when you're not told the truth. She goes, well, true that. So, I mean, if they tell you something triggers them, get it out of their house. Or don't let them touch it. If it's something, for example, let's say there is an appliance. They love what it makes, but they can't touch it because it was from somebody that did something to them or hurt them in some way. Okay, for example, we'll use the air fryer because I have one. Okay, I don't want to touch it because it triggers me too much because a person that did something bad to me gave it to me. Okay, then you guys just be like, okay, well, I know you like to use it, so what I'll do is I'll run it and you don't have to touch it. Or, oh, I don't like wearing that shirt because a person who did something bad to me Loved that shirt. Throw it away. If they tell you to throw it away, throw it away. You know, and that was basically my situation. Was it was a shirt that gave me bad memories of somebody, and they liked it for, let's just say, a bad reason. I wanted it gone, and it wasn't gone, and I'm the one that threw it away after I told them to throw it away. Hell, they threw all the freaking good food away, but they couldn't throw that dang naughty shirt away that I didn't like. Naughty as in, let's just say they liked it for naughty reasons. Let's just put it that way. And it was just, because it was real thin, and let's just say it showed a little bit too much stomach. And if you wore it the wrong way, it showed the top half too much. And it was hard to set it in position the right way because it was like real thick. It was like real thin, like it wasn't quite silk, but it was like thin like silk, real, you know. And it was one of these shirts that slid forward or slid backwards, or it was really just it was honestly uncomfortable. Not because of the stomach showing and the, you know, things, but it would move. It was too easy to move around. So when I would be walking around, it would slide all over the place. Even if it, you know, and it was the right fit, but it just moved too much. It slid too much on the skin. It was just like slit. And I didn't like that. And it would slide down in the front and show too much of the chest. And I didn't like it. And I wanted them to get rid of it because it gave me bad memories. And, you know, and the only reason I'm bringing this all up is to tell you as staff, your people might have this situation. You don't know what kind of situation they're in. If they tell you they want something gone, take it out, get it gone. If they tell you something triggers them, get it gone. Because there's a reason it triggers your client. So just take it out of their house if that's what they want. Anyway, I just wanted to do this another PSA announcement talking about staff because, you know, and SSAs and, you know, rights and things like that, because you guys have rights. You guys have the opportunity to do that. You have the opportunity to change providers or staff, however you want to look at it. You have the right to change SSAs if you want. You have that right. And if anybody tells you you don't, they're wrong, because you do. Anyway, I will see you guys again here soon on our special awesome family. Love you guys. Stay safe out there and practice your rights. You have them, folks, okay? Practice your rights because you have that. Anyway, I will see you soon. Bye-bye, everyone.